why you should learn it. Let's read a part of the text of this problem. The table shows men's shoe size in the United States and the corresponding European shoes sizes. Let y is equal with f of x represent the function that gives the men's European shoe size in the terms of the x, the men's US size. So first of all, we see here men's US shoe size is with the numbers 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And other side we have a men's European shoe size, which is 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. And now let's take these numbers, the men's shoe sizes, as a domain, and the men's European shoe size as a codomain. So every element of the domain maps into the codomain. In other words, the number 8 in the United States shoe size represents 41 in the European shoe size. And this process can follow with the other numbers as follows here. But first of all, let's see how we can answer in some of the questions. For instance, A is the function f 1 to 1 explain. If we look here in the domain, every element in the domain maps exactly to one element in codomain. For instance, 8 is 41, has just one element, 9 is in 42, 10 maps in 43, the 11 maps into 44, 12 maps in 45, and 13 in 46. What does it mean? It means every element in the domain maps exactly in one element in codomain. So it means the function is one-to-one or is a bijective function. So the function yes is one-to-one. Let me write here yes. The function yes is one-to-one. So we already proved verbally, and I don't have it's not necessary here to waste the time, because every element in the domain corresponds exactly to one element in the codomain or in the range. Therefore, this function is one-to-one. And it says find the function f of 11. But before I go there, just let me explain this, the definition of the bijective function or the one-to-one function. But I am writing here in a simplified form. A is a domain and codomain is a B. So the domain is the US shoes size and B is European men's shoes size. So now every element of A maps into the B. But B we can denote it with a different function. In the terms of the function we can denote as a f of A. But now f of A, if it maps into the A, or B can map into the A, so f of A can map into the inverse function f of B. I'm writing B here because B is here, therefore I'm going to denote this in the terms with respect to the inverse function is with respect to the B. So in other words, f, the inverse function of a B is equal with A, and here the B is equal with f of A. And now if we are looking here f of 11, what is the f of 11? And if we are going back here and we look in f of 11, it means f of A, 11 is here, and here is a f of 11 or f of A is in this side here, f of A, and therefore this is a 44. So this is a 44. So in the B is a 44. So let me write here a 44. And now find the inverse function of 43. But this is a B, f of B. And 43 is here, but this is going to be equal with A. So it's going to be equal with the domain. And what is going to be the domain? We're going here, let's go first in the table. 43 is here, 43, but 43 is a function when 10 maps to 43, but 10 here is a. And because the inverse function f of b is equal with the a, so it means it's equal with 10. So this c is equal with 10. And now we are finding function f of inverse function of 41. But inverse function of 41 is equal with a here. So this function is going to be the function f. And let's see f of 41, what is equal in the table here. If we are looking, 41 is equal with 8. F of a is equal with 8. And now we are going back here. And we write here 8. Because instead of a f inverse function of 41, which is equal with the function with the domain, and in the domain happens to be the US shoes, so we write is equal with 8. But now f of a is equal with the b. And what is b here? B is going to be the European shoes, is equal with 41. So this is equal with 41. This is one easy way how we can respond to all these questions here. And now f of 12 here. F of 12 is equal with b. So is European shoes. So but the f of minus 1 I will write here. And instead of the argument, I'm going to look at f of b. F of b here, European, in the terms of the European numbers. We will write this in just at 12. Was at 12 is a 45. Right? Is a 45. This is a 45. But do not forget, this is f of minus 1b is equal with a. So this I have to write in terms of the European number and the US number, and 45 is equal with 12. So we are going back is equal with 12. So this is one way how we can interpret and how we can prove it, those numbers. So this is one way.